Welcome everyone to this holy site, on these holy grounds. Here is where the One Lap Hero members first met each other. And on this very lift, the Ring Banana was worked on night and day for all the project it was involved in. Now the ND is sitting here. And why is that? Well, before we tell you, stop right now and go and watch all the previous episodes about the car. We have fitted coilovers, we have fitted upgraded clutch and flywheel, braces, and an upgraded radiator to the car. So basically the only thing that is missing right now for the perfect recipe to be complete is a fresh...
The only thing it's missing right now is me, because you missed me, correct? You didn't. I'm here to tell you about these tires, about these specific tires, and I'm here to remind you that we are all together. So this video is not only about Gab. Episode 1 and 2, you actually saw him sort of hammer alone, or with the help of Gatti, I would say.
But I was never alone.
You were never alone, exactly. Because you might have noticed Sergio's car in the background, like popping in a couple of shots. And then you saw Andrea helping him a little bit, but I was also around. And I don't know, do you think Sergio will appear today? Is it like gonna be like 3 One Lap Heroes in one video? Do you think it's possible? Anyway, he cannot tell you that these are Nangang Air 1 tires, and this is why I'm here. I'm here to tell you what exactly is this black thing that he's holding. You might think that it's an easy thing to do, but it's actually very complicated. So exactly like the Ring Banana, we went for tires that are actually quite narrow. We did 185, 55, 14, which for an MX-5, especially these days, it might even feel, you know, like almost small. These are 195, 50, 16. It's actually a stock dimension for the ND, and if you remember, this is a 1.5 ND. So we think that it's sort of like the right tire, you know, a little bit under-tired, which is how we like it. So now Gab is going to put this car on the lift, get it up, I will disappear, and I don't know, hopefully someone will help us mount these things on the rims. Because I know that this is something that I cannot do, and this is something that you cannot do. Is it possible?
While we are at it, we just thought about a funny experiment, which is to see how much of a weight difference there is between the AR1s and whatever was in the car, which specifically is the Continental Conti Winter Contact. We expect the AR1s to be substantially heavier because it feels substantially more solid, as you can see. So when you are doing this upgrade to the car, consider the fact that you are adding between 10 and 12 kilos to the car. Tires are on, so now it's time for 2 very important questions. How much does the car weigh? Because we have never weighted it. I know that Mazda says that it's under 1,000 kilos. I'm really curious to see if that is true. And secondly, I'm curious to see how far away we are from the 50-50 weight distribution that we are looking for. We sort of eyeballed the ride heights. It should be close to good. When we did that with the Ring Banana, we just dropped it and it was 50%. So I highly doubt it will go this smoothly, but let's see. So the car is down. The car is... The car is perfect.
The car is fucking perfect. Go in.
I'll admit I'm really surprised and happy because it was super easy. It was a very quick job. And the results are really impressive. So we eyeballed the coilovers and we were immediately very close. We had 49.5 cross-weight distribution, and the fronts are basically exactly identical. We did some tweaking because we had to fix the ride heights. The car was a little bit lower on the left side than on the right. We did that, and actually we got even closer to a perfect cross-weight, and we got even closer to the weight front and left and right front. Amazing. Now with the driver in, there is basically 7 kilos difference left to right front, which is incredible. There is a small difference in the rear, in the ride height, but I don't think it's useful to go and chase it. So very, very happy. Now there is the last step missing, which is the alignment. So let's see how that goes. And this is pretty much a wrap as far as the preparation of the ND is concerned. As you know, we've installed the I.L.Motorsport coilovers, we installed a fresh set of Nankang AR1s, so the only last bit was to align the car. And you have to know that this is very close to the Easter weekend, so we were worried of not being able to do it, but luckily our friends at TTC came to the rescue, they squeezed us in, and they went on and worked on the car. We had some very specific geometry numbers in our head that we wanted to hit, but unfortunately it seems like we couldn't do it. And this is simply because we are running very close to stock ride height. We are just a little bit lower to 33.5 centimeters. And we are also running completely stock components, such as the eccentrics are stock, etc. So we had to compromise a little bit on the camber. We still have some more negative camber than before, but we didn't reach the numbers that we wanted. This is probably going to be fine. We are around about 1.5 degrees in the front. But if you are keen on having a car that specifically is set up for the track, I highly suggest to fit aftermarket eccentrics or even go lower with the car. So I believe that for our case use, which is more of a dual purpose because the car will have to work on the road and on the track, arguably the car will spend more time on the road than it will be on the track. This is not such a big compromise. But I'm really tired of talking about it, so it's about time to just sit in and drive it. My dissatisfaction with the car was born on the road. I was really unhappy with how the car was driving on the road. And of course, when I went on track, the car proved to be even worse, but this was to be expected. But all these modifications that we did to the car, did they do something for me? Well, yes, I would say yes, because the car finally drives like a momentum car. So the car now is capable of driving fast into the corners. There is a lot of grip, the car is flat, it's stable, it's very confidence inspiring, which is exactly what I want from a car that has limited power, because the only way I can have fun is to carry speed into the corner. So in that sense, absolutely, it is a much improved car. Most eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed that we are driving the same bits of roads as when we drove the car stock and then we did the review. This is on purpose. We are not lazy, or rather we are lazy, but this is not the reason we are driving the same stretches of roads. It is to see a direct comparison, and I'm sure you will now be able to see a visual representation of the difference in body roll. It is like night and day, and I really love how the car feels now. Flat, direct. Maybe we went a little bit overboard with it. I probably could expect the car to drive a little bit better if it was a little bit softer on the road. But then, you know, the next step, as we are the one lap heroes, is clearly to test it on track. And I am confident that this extra stiffness will provide a lot of fun when we finally hit the Nordschleife and we finally go flat out. So I can't wait to do that. And you should also can't wait to see that. So stay tuned. The next episode, it will be the final episode of this project. And it will be the time we really see how the car handles on the track.